The Raptors made a potentially genius move when they let Fred VanVleet walk for $130 million to the Houston Rockets in free agency and signed Dennis Schroeder as his replacement to a 2-year, $26 million deal. I knocked the Raptors a lot about their mishandling of the Fred VanVleet situation and them not being able to get anything for him. But I was happy with the end result of the Raptors not overpaying for VanVleet and them bringing in Schroeder as their backup plan. What's going on, everyone? It is Luca here, back with another video, and today I'm talking about Dennis Schroeder's potential impact with Toronto that could have the Raptors looking like geniuses for letting VanVleet walk. If you guys can do me a solid favor, please hit a like on the video. It helps it a ton. And also subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this. Dennis Schroeder just had an impressive showing at the 2023 FIBA World Cup tournament. Schroeder led Team Germany past the likes of Slovenia, USA, and Serbia on their way to a gold medal. Germany's first gold medal ever at the FIBA World Cup. Schroeder was named the MVP of the tournament as he averaged 19.1 points and 6.1 assists per game to just 2 turnovers per game. Schroeder was the best player at the tournament, as only Luka Doncic with 216 points and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with 196 points scored more points than Schroeder's 153 at the FIBA World Cup. He had Germany unbeaten throughout the tournament, and his overall efforts has him joining some elite company. Schroeder winning the FIBA World Cup MVP puts him in a group of just 6 players that have earned the same honors. The others, Dirk Nowitzki, Pau Gasol, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and Ricky Rubio. Schroeder was the main focal point of Germany's offense and played some of his best basketball when his country needed him the most. Schroeder had 17 points and 9 assists against Team USA and then saved his best game for last, putting up 28 points in a win over Serbia in the FIBA World Cup final. The only blemish on Schroeder's FIBA World Cup resume was a 4-for-26 stinker he had against Latvia. Schroeder now gets ready for the 2023-2024 season with the Raptors, and if Schroeder can translate his FIBA game to the NBA level, then he might just be primed for a big breakout year. A big reason why Dennis Schroeder signed with the Raptors is that he would be in a leadership role and have the ball in his hands while helping the young players grow and play better together. He thrived in that type of role for Team Germany. Schroeder has great familiarity with Raptors head coach Darko Rajakovic, so there could be a lot of trust in Schroeder out of the gate. With Fred VanVleet leaving Toronto for Houston this offseason, the Raptors are going to have to try and replace his 19.3 points and 7.2 assists per game. Schroeder is expected to make up for the bulk of that. Schroeder only posted 12.6 points and 4.5 assists per game with the Lakers last season, but he'll be in a much different situation in Toronto and will have a bigger role. I know Schroeder lacks 3-point shooting, but it was a breath of fresh air watching him blow past defenders and get to the rim. Speed kills, and having a point guard like Schroeder who can generate offense, attack the basket, and set up his teammates will be valuable. Toronto's offense looked stale at times last season. It finished in the bottom 10 in both points at 112.9 and assists at 23.9 per game. Schroeder won't be the Raptors' main guy as he was for Germany, but he will have the ball in his hands a lot to help jumpstart the Raptors' stagnant half-court offense. Schroeder can get downhill and finish at the rim, and he can create enough space to hit some mid-range pull-ups. And Schroeder knows when to get his teammates involved. Having Schroeder work the pick and roll with Pirtle and then set up the likes of Barnes and Siakam will be fun to watch. He should also be able to open up the floor for shooters like Gary Trent Jr., Grady Dick, and OG Anunoby. And Schroeder can also be a menace with his defense. He did a solid job at the FIBA World Cup, particularly in that semifinal win against Team USA. I mean, Schroeder was all over his former teammate, Austin Reeves. And even in last year's playoffs for the Lakers, Schroeder did a good job against the likes of John Moran in that opening round and then Stephen Curry in the second round. The key for Schroeder is consistency. Schroeder will have moments like the game he had against Latvia. Okay, maybe not as bad as that, but he will certainly have his fair share of ups and downs. But what I love about Schroeder is his confidence and his demeanor. He carries such a great swagger to him, and he doesn't back down or go away. Even after that 4-for-26 shooting performance versus Latvia, he came right back with one of his best performances versus Team USA. And he hit the dagger in that one as well. So Schroeder having that type of belief in himself is not only going to help his own game, but it's also going to help the younger players on this team. He's going to teach them not to get down on themselves just because they have a bad game. Now, it's not official how the Raptors will utilize Schroeder. There's still a world where the Raptors could start Scotty Barnes at point guard and have Schroeder come off the bench as the team's sixth man. But after his dominating FIBA World Cup run, Schroeder may have solidified himself as the team's starting point guard, which means Gary Trent Jr. would be the one who comes from off the bench. And I mean, if you look at Schroeder, if he can play around 35 minutes a game, we can see his best season yet as a pro. And if Schroeder somehow gets that three ball to fall more consistently, then the Raptors have a real bargain with this signing. In a perfect world, what if I told you the Raptors got someone for $100 million less who can give them close to the same production VanVleet gave them? That could be Schroeder's reality with this team. Now, the NBA is a different animal than FIBA, and I'm not ready to sign off on this, which is why I'm saying potentially, but I might be back here in a few months from now emphatically saying the Raptors made a genius move by letting Fred VanVleet walk and signing Dennis Schroeder as their plan B. I really like Schroeder. I do think he's going to make a tremendous impact on this Raptors team. I was a big fan of the signing when it happened. I always said that Schroeder is going to give you a lot of great value, and this cost the Raptors a lot less than if they were to bring back Fred VanVleet. Now, is Schroeder going to make up all of VanVleet's production on his own? No, he's still going to need to get help from other guys who are going to have to take a step. Guys like Scotty Barnes, OG Anunoby, Gary Trent Jr. But Schroeder, I think, is going to make up a good bulk of it. And this is the best time for Schroeder to maximize his truest value because he is coming off an amazing summer where he signed a deal with the Raptors. He went to go win gold for his country, and he won tournament MVP. So right now, Schroeder should be on cloud 9. And if he can carry that momentum from this FIBA World Cup tournament to the start of the 2023-2024 season with the Raptors and throughout, the best could be yet to come for Dennis Schroeder. And I think he's really going to relish this role of being one of the main guys, because you look at Schroeder the last couple of seasons, didn't really have a big role on some of those teams that he was on, especially the Los Angeles Lakers, which primarily utilized LeBron James, AD, and some of those other guys. Schroeder's going to walk into the situation where he is going to get ample opportunities and he can step up as being one of the main guys of this team. So we will see how it goes down for Dennis Schroeder, but I'm very optimistic about Dennis Schroeder and his upcoming season with the Raptors, as you can tell with this video. What are your expectations for Dennis Schroeder, and do you think the Raptors will end up looking like geniuses when it's all said and done? We will see how this ages, but guys, let me know in the comment section down below how you see Dennis Schroeder faring and what are your projections for him for this season. That is it for me, everyone. As always, thank you so much for watching. This is Lucas signing off. Be sure to hit a like and subscribe on your way out for more Raptors and NBA content just like this. And I will catch you all again in the next video.